Okay, okay, okay. Let's light these candles. All right. Let's get the good juju circulating up in this motherfucker early in the morning. Early in the morning. About you. I'll be on time. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up. Early bird catches the worm. If you guys are watching this on replay and you have found your way into this live stream, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. Because I don't know who you are, Taurus, but these ancestors are coming through. And I can't tell whether they mad. Oh, yeah, they mad. They mad. They big mad. I don't know what you done did, what you haven't done, but they talking. So this will not resonate for everybody. You have to be a very important person within our Taurus collective. You have to be very important people at this time because they are very specific. They want me to be very specific. There's a certain type of rhetoric that they use, that they talk. They want you to know it's them. So take it how it resonates. Take it how it resonates. Enter at your own risk. Woke me up out of my bed. I was going to do this later, but I couldn't sleep. My sheets was being pulled on. I was being pulled on. And it was like, even if I tried to lay there, my adrenaline was like rushing. And my blood was pumping. And it's something about that damn October. The veil be super thin. So, early in the morning, I've been thinking about you. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, rage, okay? It's definitely giving me a Nancy energy. It's giving me the spirit. You have a powerful spirit. Whoever you are, you have good juju. You have a powerful spirit. And they want you to stop coddling bitches. They want you to stop enabling bitches. That's what they're saying. Oh, shit. Biting your tongues. All right? Like restraining your power. Because this is making me feel of Medusa energy. So they want you to stop downplaying your gifts, downplaying your abilities. They want you to stop downplaying your magic abilities. They want you to stop downplaying the spiritual gifts that they have, your voice. They want you to stop downplaying your voice. Stop people pleasing. Stop doing things for likability. All right. Again, I'm not talking to the average person here. Whoever you are, you come from a very long line of power. And yeah, they're saying, don't nothing. I heard that song. I think doesn't nothing move till I say so, or something like that. So let me get my tarot cards, y'all, because Taurus, man, I don't know who you are within our collective consciousness. Okay, But your ancestors are not playing with you. They are highly disappointed. Highly disappointment. Highly disappointed. There's some type of creativity, ability that you have. It's a star quality. All right. You could be in the public eye. I'm picking up strong Aquarius energy. You could have Aquarius energy in your chart that's being activated. All right. Many of you are healers. You have the ability to heal yourself and others. Anything that you put your emotions to, you put your tears, your blood, sweat, and tears to, is supposed to render you blessings. It's supposed to render you not just blessings for yourself and other people, but it's supposed to be for you too. They're saying that you have yourself in a sacrificial frequency. All right. And what they're saying to me about this sacrificial frequency is, it's like it's like there's this energy of like, I have to work with these people, so I have to be nice, or I have to mingle with these people, so I have to present myself a certain way. I have to talk a certain way. I have to think a certain way in order for me to be accepted or people to want to help me. There's this energy that you have to sugarcoat yourself, whitewash yourself, dumb yourself down to be invited or to be accepted, for people to want to do business with you, for people to want to work with you. It's like trying to be pleasing to the eye or appealing to another person's perspective of you. And they're saying, fuck them. As long as you're in this sacrificial energy of, you have to humble yourself in order for them to want to work with you, in order for them to do, it's like you're trying to stay below the radar and move in a way where no one's going to attack you, or no one's going to come after you, or no one's going to, come up against you. And they want you to know, like, they've seen how you die. They've already seen how your story ends. You haven't seen it, but they already witnessed it. So can't nobody tell you no, even if they tell you no. But because you can't see how your story ends, you're choosing to partner and collaborate and kiss ass in order to make it somewhere, in order to be acknowledged. I don't care if this is a fucking platform. I don't care if this is a 9-to-5 job. There is something about you doing things for money, you doing things for clout, you doing things for approval. And your ancestors, they never had to ask for approval. You were never born to ask for approval. But they fixed you so well and broke your spirit down so well to the point where you won't even ask for more. And they're not even touching on those of you that refuse to even connect with your ancestors. Refuse to even venerate your ancestors. They're not even touching on that yet. But nothing moves unless they say so. They're the ones that move shit in the spiritual realm. Skipping over them is equivalent to cutting your right hand off. Separating yourself. You wouldn't be here without their sacrifices. Whether you like them or not, you wouldn't be here. So, the Most High, you want to skip ancestors and go straight to the top. Cool. But the Most High gonna send you right back to them. Because you're missing something. You're missing wisdom. How can you answer your purpose and answer your calling if you're too prideful to let them tell you about yourself? because you feel like they have no right to tell you about yourself, or you feel like, you know, they were worse or better than you. How you feel about them is your personal perspective. They do not care. From their transition on the other side, you're failing. From their transition on the other side, whoever you are, you're settling for pennies, dimes, and nickels when you've inherited everything, when you are destined to inherit everything on this earth. They saying like they will literally give you an idea, give you, birth you, something to birth into this world. An idea, okay? They're showing me candle ideas. They're showing me recipes that they've given you. They're showing me creative nudges that they've encouraged you to bring into fruition. But you're sitting on your hands, you're sitting on your ass, waiting for money to come in. You're praying and you're wishing that if you work hard physically, that the money gonna come, and then you're gonna circulate that little bit of breadcrumbs into the spiritual currency and manifest whatever ideas they gave you. That's not how they asked you to do it. You're missing a step. For many of you, whatever it is that they're asking you to do, it's just an emotion. When you generate from this emotional, hopeful, and faithful, and blessed frequency, when you really surrender with your emotions and you be vulnerable, that's the frequency that brings in the luck for you. That's the frequency that guarantees that you will receive blessings tenfold. So let's reveal whatever situation whatever this situation is, because I gotta see what the tea is. What y'all got going on? All right, I don't know if this is like you apprenticeship, or you learned something. There's something about either you went to school for something, you studied something, or you put in a lot of hard work to teach yourself something or to be successful in a particular field. Okay, this has a lot to do with your purpose. This has a lot to do with your calling. Okay, but this is work. Okay, look at that Ace of Pentacles right behind that. Damn. So the blessing is in the sky. It's in the clouds. All right, it's in that idea. Some of you have already started it, but you're not working it properly. You're not working it properly. You're procrastinating on some shit. I don't know what you're procrastinating on, but you keep being indecisive. You're like, should I not? This is your performance and how you're managing your everyday physical reality with your spiritual. And I'm not just talking about praying, because that's one thing, but you got to spiritually work it. There's something about you working the spiritual realm, not having enough time to put into both. Right? But it's whatever harvest you got coming in or not coming in, it has nothing to do with it not being meant for you or not being something that you can acquire. It has everything to do with procrastination, right? They watch and see how many hours out of the day are you really investing into this? And why is there lack energy around this opportunity that they've given you, this idea that they've given you? I don't know what. I don't know why. For some of you, it's like waiting on someone else to recognize you. Six of Pentacles in reverse, like waiting on someone to reciprocate all that you've given. This is giving me the patriarchal system as well. It's like waiting for the man, you know, the system to vindicate you for all your hard work. They're never going to vindicate you. They're never going to recognize you, your ancestors, or anything else. And there's this energy of, well, if I choose, right, let's say this is you. If I choose to use this as an opportunity to show them that I can work with them, they'll accept me. They're never going to accept you, truthfully. You're always going to be an outcast. You're always going to be an underdog. You're always going to be someone that wants to be in the clique. You want to be accepted. You want the communities to accept you. You want the environments to accept you. But you're never going to be accepted by these people. They will always keep you underneath them so they can watch you and make sure that you don't outshine them. And I'm not just talking about family. I'm talking about y'all careers. I'm talking about y'all life purpose. I'm talking about the people y'all get into business deals with. I'm talking about the American government. I'm talking about the every country you think about. Unless you are building your own communities and you're building your own escrow and you're doing something with all of that ancestral wisdom that's been passed down to you, you're never going to be respected. So why try to appease people that don't even want you existing? A man is never going to accept you. So what? And that's just period. You're always going to be an intimidation. Especially if you are a divine feminine energy. What you hiding for? It's like you have all these spiritual gifts and you want people to not see it as taboo. You want people to not see it as a bad thing. You want people to acknowledge your spiritual practices as normal. But all you have to do is stop trying to be normal. All you have to do is stop trying to be light. Because you're never going to be liked. You're never going to be supported. You're always going to have frenemies. There's always going to be a target on your back. And this has a lot to do with Capricorn energy, right? Workplace, platforms, secret societies, all right? Fraternities, agencies, whatever the hell that they have established. But if you are not a sovereign divine being and you are not building your own nation within a nation, you're failing. Ask yourselves, how many times do you go into the nail salon shop? The Asians do it. They have absolutely no problem. You have no choice but to respect the fact that they have Buddha and their altars sitting in every nail salon and every business that they establish. They are not afraid to venerate their ancestors. It's a cultural thing that the entire world has no choice but to accept. And it's not because they were cowardice to hide it, but it's because they had enough balls to require the rest of the world accept them. Nobody will fuck with them. Period. They have an empire. They have dynasties. What the fuck do we have? Debt? More debt? Slavery? Poverty? Depression? Anxiety? Christianity? Make it make sense. So yeah, they angry. Because this is still saying that this is pimping. This is high level pimping. Whoever y'all are where this is messages for you, you're going to know it's for you because you can feel it in your body. How you have to fix your face to smile a certain type of way. How you have to fix your face to appease another person's ego. How you have to lower your voice and say things the right way and do things the right way so another person doesn't feel as if they are smaller than you. This is how you're going to know if that's for you. When you walk in a room or when someone walks in a room with you, are you changing the tone of your voice to make that person feel comfortable? Or are you still walking like you want to walk and talking like you fucking want to talk? Are you still reminding your children how to navigate through a world that doesn't want to receive them? Are you still having to teach them how not to outshine the next person and make them feel envious or make them feel jealous? Are you still requiring that they have to share in a way that puts them on the same level with everyone else? Are you still having to have that conversation with your own descendants? How not to draw attention to yourself, how not to move around this earth where it's like you have to train them to become a trickster because they have no choice but to survive. This is survival energy. You have to literally train. This is what the world has become. You have to train your children how to become tricksters in order to get into get a job. You got to lie on your resume. You got to finagle some shit. You got to know somebody just to get a fucking hand up. Because that's how you had to survive and your forefathers had to survive. But for whoever you are, you come from ancestors that never had to negotiate. You come from warriors. You come from ancestors when the world told them no. They pulled out them motherfucking herbs. They lit those candles. They stomped on this earth and doors opened. But they never had to shake the hand and negotiate with no lanes. The fuck? You want to shake hands and look the devil in the eye and think that the devil gonna play nice with you? But you feel that inside of you, the blockages, the restrictions. And it's like, oh, well, no, I don't want to get bad karma. Or no, you are living the bad karma that they placed over you. That's what they're saying. And you don't need a group. See, they told you needed the power of 3 to do some shit. But your ancestors are saying you don't need the power of 3. I am the power of 3. Does nothing moves until they say so. That's what they're saying. Don't shit move until I say so. Even for your enemies. So yeah, your enemies are being allowed to do certain things to you because you haven't become sick and tired of being sick and tired of being used. You're still a resource. You still a slave. And already, I can hear the thoughts. I can hear the thoughts. But how can I do something if we all don't think alike? Stop. That's still an industry baby mindset. You don't need to be industrious. You don't need a group. You don't need a clique. You don't need to be an understudy. You need your ancestors. You need to come bareback and naked to your ancestors. Look at that. You need to go to spirit. That's it. That's just what it is. What's the situation? And they want you working smart, not hard. Look at that. Focus in reverse. Forget about it. Forget about something. What's the situation? You need to release something. Because I'm belching. You need to release something. You need to give up something. I told you the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You have been told a lie. Like since you've been gone, since you've been out of the spiritual realm, you've been fed a lie, you've been told something. It's not the truth. If y'all ever, they're showing me Stranger Things, okay? It's like there's two realities that are parallel, right? And there's a rip, okay? There's a ripple effect that's happening. Damn. Something's being done for selfish reasons. So the intentions are not good. I don't know. The intentions is not good here. Using your spiritual gifts for recognition, using it for like fame, clout. I don't know what your spiritual gifts are, but on this journey, on this path, right? I feel as if some of you are called to is that healing? What is this? It feels like some of you guys are, let's say you're already in the industry, right? Or let's say you're already receiving fame or recognition for something. Four of Pentacles in reverse is like you have come across people that you know are shady. This is telling me that you got shady bosses, you got shady people. You could kind of see that they lie, they live double lives. They are not as wealthy as they proclaim themselves to be, but they like to act like they got a lot of wealth. They have no morals, they have no standards. So you've seen the truth, right? But you don't call them out on it, right? And as a way of healing that, it's like you are sacrificing yourself as like that good person waiting for, waiting for your shot waiting for your seat at the table, or waiting for your opportunity for them to put you on their wall or something like that. This may even be like trying to be employee of the month. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, if I keep giving to this, if I keep, just killing them with kindness and doing what they're asking and playing the game a strategic type of way, eventually I'll get my flowers. Eventually they'll give me employee of the month. And some of you guys, y'all have that, let's say you a masculine energy, you got a sharp tongue, right? or masculine and feminine don't really matter. It's like you sparing people. You sparing people even though you can see the bullshit that they on. Even though you can see clearly that, you know, you're doing it just to save face, or you're doing it just to get that promotion, or you're being nice, you know, so you don't have to lose your house, and so you have to work in this, operate in this energy. It's like you got to play Russian roulette with your life. You got to, until you get to a certain status, and then you'll be able to kind of build something that you can live off of. Nah. But the reason why the rose-colored glasses was taken off your eyes, and the reason why you can see that this isn't right, and the reason why you were given that foresight of being able to see what the world should be like, because this is saying that you're not asleep, but you pretending to be asleep. You pretending not to understand what the fuck is going on. You're like coasting, like just to get by, doing enough just to get by. But you woke, you can see the problems. God has revealed the problems to you. Your ancestors have shown you what you need to do. But what are they asking you to do? Let's see. Because it feels like you've had a thought or a download come in your mind, and it was directly from your ancestral line. And you like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do it differently. And so you're doing it your way. And 555, you scared to make this change. You scared to make this transition because you don't know. You don't know what's going to come of it. Like, what's the consequences? And they feel like it's a slap in their face, really, because your ancestors was never on some sucker shit, is what they telling me. Historically, if you read about them, rather than to walk around and live a lie, they would rather die. Period. You don't have that type of gumption, is what they're saying. You don't have that type of, you feel like that was stupid. There's a better way to do it. I can manipulate the situation and make it work for me. So they said, do it your way. And this is why they let you do it your way. This is why that last pentacle ain't there. Matter of fact, before you recognize that last pentacle that belongs to you, that inheritance, this is why people want to date you. This is why what's coming in is someone else want to offer you that pentacle. So you never reach your 10 of pentacles. You never access your own inheritance. Because if they can see your worth, but you can't see your worth, then they can take your inheritance from you. They can take your inheritance from you. So yeah, like I said, there's some inspired action that they want you to do. There's some type of initiative they want you to take. For some of you, it's some spells they want you to use, some recipes they want you to drop. No matter if you come off looking bad, no matter how you come off looking, they don't want you to care about that. And like I said, some of y'all don't agree with it. No drama. No drama. Okay, so here's the situation, and we're going to wrap this up, okay? Justice, the 10 of Wands in reverse, the 5 of Wands, and the Sun. It's not your burden. It's not your responsibility. For those that have been doing wrong, you're going to leave it up to justice, right? And eventually they'll see that they were messing with a child divine. They will see that they were messing with the earth angel, and you won't have to do anything, right? But what your ancestors are saying is the reason why justice hasn't been established is because you're the person that's supposed to cast it. Yep. You are the justice. So if you never hit the gavel and you never bring the tower, then it repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. Everything that has changed, 555, began with someone feeling the inspiration to do something about the injustice. Period. Whether you agree with it or not. Whether you agree with how they did it or not. It doesn't fucking matter. That's your own personal opinion. You weren't there for that timeline, and you weren't there for the struggles of that timeline. You weren't in the war. Your ass wasn't dragged to the bottom of the fucking ocean. You were not a part of that timeline. So that the sacrifices that was made to make your life easier, it happened. And just like nothing new is nothing new is under the sun, it's gonna keep coming back around. The same issue gonna keep coming back around. Because like I said, with healer and justice, y'all are the healers. Not all of y'all. But your gifts that you possess is justice. So we have seasons, pleasure, we have ma'at, and then we have live out loud. So all this is about is you just living how you want to live. The situation here is you living out loud and living color how you want to live. And as long as your heart is not heavy and you have no regrets, the blessings, everything that you deserve will come in. You get more and more good juju. Period. Because there's this energy with pleasure where, like, this is the same old song. That same old song where it's like, it's not fair that you can't experience the abundance of the world. There's always not enough. There's always rationing, and your heart's desires is evil. I don't know. Somebody has a horrible relationship with the whole concept of pleasure, whether that be, you know, the luxury of life. It's like, I don't know if it's right to desire to live in a big house, to have a beautiful car, to be able to have land and land and land and land that you could pass down to your children, if that's evil or not. What the fuck? I don't get it. Whoever feels that way, I don't know. I don't know why or why that is a even. Maybe it comes from your lineage. Maybe that's what you're breaking. Like, you're meant to have the car, you're meant to have all of those things, you're meant to have the beautiful home, you're meant to have land to pass down. Why is it that you don't believe that you deserve that, or that you should have it, or anyone should have it for that matter? Why is it that it has to be like only the rich has it and they are evil, or only the rich has it and they're bad people, but I'm a good person because I have nothing? Make it make sense? In an abundant world, that narrative of lack is so heavily rooted, it's making me itch. Look at that. And even if it's not in the car or it's not in the house, it's in pastures, being able to freely crop your own land and cultivate your own produce and have agriculture, to be able to see thriving businesses. But we're talking about your timeline. And in your timeline, your revolvement around the sun is, you have the luxury of technology. You have the luxuries of these things. And evolution is always revolutionary. So I feel like y'all are part of the revolution. And at the same time, you heal. You're healing the past by evolving with the seasons, with the times, and integrating the old with the new in your own unique way, your own unique expression. And I feel like in this season, a lot of y'all, like with this good juju, has the new energy is in conflict with the old energy, right? So let's talk about miracles through prayer. Miracles through prayer and getting on your knees and praying to God was spell casting. It was always spell casting. It was just hidden for it to be more palatable, right? There's no coincidence why there's 7 synchronicities of 7 days a week. All right? 7 candles. 7, 7. Y'all know all the damn sevens. I don't fucking know. But it was hidden there so that way it would be under the radar. But for whoever you guys are, your healing abilities, you're meant to broadcast it. And pretty much through your own expression of your 7, of how you overcame your 7 deadly sins, and how you experience your 7 virtues. You gotta if you went through the 7 deadly sins by God, I am telling you, you got all of it. You got all of it. And so when you need to be a demon, you gonna be a demon. And when you need to be an angel, you're gonna be an angel. But you got all 14. If you have to lie on your resume to get a job, that's a sin, right? But it ain't, you don't view it that bad because it's not that bad of a sin. It's a small sin. But if you never was willing to sin to begin with, you would have never fucking got the job. So make it make sense. That don't even make sense. Why would you not get the job because you don't want to sin? It's stupid. And I feel like that's exactly the initiative. is to make you feel like if you came back, if you went back to something, or if you went back to a religion, or you went back to a certain practice, you would be more blessed. No, that's their controlling ass narrative of them struggling to want to see something new through evolution. You can still take the principles of your upbringing. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when every time I see this card right here, right, this remind me of Hebrew Israelites. All right, Jews. Well, Jews don't really wear that, but yeah. But you could take those things with you. Shit, integrate it. She went from all white to ivory. She went from all white clothes to ivory. It's still white. Okay, I don't know. But the only thing that's gonna determine whether or not you feel good about your expression of your authenticity is if you feel as if you deserve it. You got to believe you deserve it first, and then everything else gonna come in its natural season. You got to believe that this is your divine right to live freely without wearing a mask. Yeah, you put on a mask when you need to, but it's temporary. For a lot of y'all, I feel like your ancestors be putting you in spaces of conflict. I'm gonna be honest with you, so it could be very exhausting, right? They will literally have you go into certain rooms and into certain environments, and you're only there to irritate their demons. You're only there to be a mirror or ultimate reflection of their lack of authenticity. And so you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb, and they're gonna talk about you, and they're gonna raise their nose up to you. But at any given moment, you have divine clearance and you have divine right, excuse me, to cut the cord. Because I feel like there ain't no competition. They ain't there. You ain't there to convince nobody. You ain't there to fix nobody, and there ain't no competition. There is something that they want you to do about a particular situation, but I'm not going to talk about that publicly. So, YouTube, that's all I have for you as far as this plug talk from your ancestors or somebody's ancestors. And I'm going to go over to the next tier and see what they want you to do in regards to a situation that's about to come towards you. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.